Oh, man, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Like, what, 4 months now since I did a video? I mean, you kind of joined my live stream at youtube.com/@live slash Mega Master Moses. Or just look at my channel at youtube.com/@Mega Master Moses, the one where I'm personally know. Get the plugs out of the way. You would know that I've been live streaming here and there. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Legends C8 on the Switch too, which has been a lot of fun, mind you. I really have been enjoying it. But that's not why I'm making this video. I would say this video might be a little ranty. Um, Depending on how I feel, might be a little dark. So yeah, I'm just saying what's on my mind because like there's a few things I did want to get out of the way. I wanted to make this video for quite a while now, especially after um as I'm recording this, I literally just finished class for the semester for my program, which if you don't know, I'm doing mechatronic engineer, which to dumb it down even further for all of you guys, it's a mixture between mechanical, electrical, and computer science. And no, I did not say mechanical engineer. I said mechatronic engineer because when I say mechatronic, either some people say I say it too quickly or they think I'm saying mechanical engineer. So no, I'm saying mechatronic engineer, which again is a mixture between mechanical, electrical, and computer science. To dumb it down even further, it's like a robotics automation course. But anyways, yeah, so as I'm recording this, I have literally just finished the fall semester, going to be on my 3 week break until I go back to Hell Week at the beginning of January up until April, whatever. Regardless, I do plan on making a lot of videos. But yeah, like I wanted to make this video back on topic. I really did want to make this video just to like catch you guys up to speed since I haven't again made a video since literally I have to be careful because my power bank is charging my phone as I'm using it. But literally the last time I made a video was when I made this thing over here, which if you can't tell, it's my um 3D printer, aka the Bamboo Lab P1S that I actually might make a video about it too because I actually did a few upgrades and I have some stuff to showcase those few upgrades. Also, maybe Q, chill at the back. I know I'm saying a lot, but mind you, I literally just finished a 12-hour shift at work and I don't know why I should be sleeping, but instead my brain is just content and not even just content. My brain was just like, yo, like I need to make this video because I honestly wanted to start getting videos out this week. As again, I'm recording this literally on a Sunday, December 14th, so I don't even know if this video will get up either today or probably tomorrow, if anything. If not today, then 100% tomorrow. Because again, I'm on like my week, but yeah, like I wanted to make this video in terms of like again in a more ranty space to like really say like I just been really busy if you haven't noticed. And I know I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna be the one to say it. Like I had a lot of people, you know, again, always respect the stuff that I do, the content I make, this and that, yada yada yada. But like the fact that like I always keep telling myself like, yeah, I'm going to make this video, I'm going to do this video. I never came out like I'm going to be honest. I don't even know when the video is going to come out. And what I mean by that is a lot of people, as I mentioned, like probably my last video and the video before and the video before, a lot of people have been asking like, when's the IRL content going to be? Like, when am I going to bring back the Food Wars thing I did? I can't even remember my own series, which I do plan on doing because one, I want to get myself into cooking, and two, it was like a funny idea at first. I thought it was like a little bit, but I kind of want to commit to that bit because I want to try to get into cooking, right? Another big one that I wanted to do was kind of bring in like a feature of new groups per se, which I'm calling them. I'm just going to kind of briefly say it as like a little teaser spoiler. But I want to like bring out new characters, kind of like a persona on myself. I know this isn't like I mean, it kind of is a persona joke, but at the same time, not of like me having like three different characters where I'm calling them the three troublemakers. And like each one has like a different ability, like not ability, but each person has like their different traits. Where one, I'm planning to do more like for my background at least, like the Caribbean side. One kind of being like my normal voice, but a little bit more tone. And then there's the other one who's more like the goofy and like, you know, I guess kind of relatable in terms of like nerdy type, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, when I have that video out, I honestly don't know when. If I'm really being honest with you all, I still have yet to actually cover that video. Like, and the ideas is there. It's just the works of it being made is what's taking forever. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just been this year. Like I said, has just been really rough on me a lot in terms of like just trying to like focus on one point and like try to get things straight between my life, my school life, my work life, and like family and friends life. Let's put it like that, right? And like I've been split in these four categories so much to the point where it's like, again, this is where I'm going to maybe get a bit personal a little bit. So, and I know this is me being like, hey, like we haven't reached 2026 yet, but like 2025 for me personally, and this is just me personally, has kind of been more like a roller coaster in terms of like I have compared to the last 2 years, and I want to specify the last 2 years between 2023 and 2024. It has not been great for me. It has been, for those 2 years, it has been by far the worst 2 years I've ever done. So many stuff has happened, like very personal stuff that I personally don't want to get into. Um, in like all those four categories that I just mentioned, like with my life, with family, friends' life, with like work, school, like it has just been horrendously bad. Like it like I don't even know where to start because it was that bad. 2025 this year, and again, I know this is a bit early of me saying this, but like it's been a year where it's like compared to the last 2 years, I kind of feel like I reflected more on myself. I kind of understand myself better. And I say that in a way where it's like I feel I have more understanding on what I need to do and what I want to do, if that makes sense. Because the last 2 years, all I've been doing was just like saying like as I'm kind of doing from right now actually saying I want to do this, I want to do that. Something comes up, something ends up with like not being able to happen, whether again school, family, whatever. It's just been a headache and a whole chaotic mess. And like even to the point where I had a moment to myself. And I know a lot of people, you might hear this from a few people where it's like the worst version of anyone is really yourself. And like I had that moment, right? And like it really hit me to the point where it was like I had my own self like almost like trying to wake me up to be like I need to focus and like actually try to make sure stuff gets done in my own way. Not what my family's way, not the way that your friends say, not the way this and that person's my own way. And I say that as I'm probably just gonna get it out of the way. I almost felt like I almost died. It's weird of me even saying this. Like it felt like I almost died for myself. And I say that being like I was in a moment with myself, let's just say crash out moment, where and also self-reflective moment where like everything went really bad, like with school, with family. Like um I moved out of family, moved in with a friend, then moved in with my sister for a few months, then moved back with family, which is where I'm currently here, in basement. And like I guess because I didn't really reflect on it so much because everything was just happening at that moment for me, and it's just like really slowly kicked in, and it was just like, like because I was dealing with so much in terms of family, like I said, in terms of friends, very close friends that, you know, had and emphasis on had supported me. Few still have, don't get me wrong. A few, I don't want to say haven't, but like, let's just say I kind of felt, and I told this to them already, like, I just felt more distance from them compared to how I felt like before. And I want to also emphasize when I say this, it's like, again, I have no issues with these people. I still consider them as friends. Maybe not as close or like best friends as I usually refer to, which I don't have much, mind you, but like in terms of best friends, I would say I have a lot of friends. Like it's really bad. Like, which I'll get to that point a little bit, but like the fact that like again, I have so many people that I really care and trust to the point where, like, it just felt like I don't know. It just felt weird to where it was like I felt this little distance and then just kind of, I guess, remove myself from them to where it's like I'm still friends with them, but at the same time, it's not as close or it doesn't feel, and to me at least, it doesn't feel like I was there from the time I was with them before. Like before it was like, hey, we were like locked in. Now it just felt like, hey, like how you been? Oh, that's nice and cool. And then it just felt like, okay, like where are we now, you know? Like it's just weird. So like, yeah, but like going back to the topic, like because I had that whole thing going on, like the point where I almost felt like I was going to die was when, and funny enough, it was like literally here in this bed I have, which is also like a what's it called? God, again, I'm dealing with 12-hour work shift. It's like a couch bed. I can't even think of the name. The fact that I was going through such a moment, and I guess a more simpler way to put it, if I'm pretty sure if you've seen Soul Leveling, which is a manual anime, where Sung Jin Woo had a version or had to fight a version of himself and was like, basically have to show like his resolve in a way to like, improve. That was essentially what I was kind of feeling like. That's just the more simpler way of how I'm trying to put it. But like I had that moment and it was around this year. I think it was like around like end of March, early April, I had this moment. And it was just like, even now, it was probably the most self reflecting thing I ever thought of because it was something where the point where, like I mentioned earlier, that I, like, my self doubt had to had that moment just to like wake me up and be like, you've been dealing with this, you've been dealing with that, you've been helping out this family member, that family member, and and friends and this and that. And I also want to preface this too, because my family, and again, I don't have any issues with my family, but like my family has this saying, especially in my dad's side. Well, both sides, but I want to say my dad's side because they were kind of the first ones to say this. We have this saying in my family where it's called "friends bring you go" and "friend bring you or friends bring you there, but friends also bring you go." Mainly, friends bring you go, right? To kind of specify saying, family will always be there, friends bring you go. And it's not that I have a problem with that saying, but my issue with that saying is although it's emphasis more on friends and how family is supposed to be with you, the same, and I'm not gonna lie, the same could kind of just be said with family too. Because again, I don't want to say not all my family members are like that. Obviously my close ones, like I mean, as in my brothers and my sister, and this and that. But I mean to say like both family sides, like I'm talking like cousin. I'm just like I'm not going to name names or whatever, but I'm just going to be like kind of straightforward and lenient. Like most of my cousins, uncles, nephews, not all of them. I'm not trying to say all of them, but it's just like what's the best way to even say it? It's like I don't want to say they don't care, but it's also like it feels in a way like they only know or only care when something special or something bad happens. And I mean to say like when a family member pass away and when like you have to call every other family member to be like, hey, like this person passed away and blah blah blah. I feel like that's the only time, like, and I'm saying this in both family sides, where at least they somewhat care for like our family, if that makes sense. And it's like I kind of just made it to this point where it's like, listen, like I kind of and this is also what myself that like me was telling me with like with that saying being going around like and like I have all these family members, all these friends saying they're with me and support me, but realistically it's like it's kind of like almost as if they're kind of using me and this and that. It's like, why do I bother do it? And I really have to ask myself that. And it was like, I honestly even, well, I don't want to say I don't have the answer, but it's also something where it was like, at that moment, I really didn't have the answer. Because again, like, due to the fact that I've been through so much, I've been through this, I've been through that, it's like, wow, like, I really have to like self reflect and be like, damn, like, I honestly don't know. Like, I mean, my family kind of, when I did left the first time, my family didn't have, most of my family members didn't have my back. My sister somewhat did at the first half until when my sister and I had a little falling out and I moved back in. It was like that one person who somewhat had my back didn't. Felt like I was somewhat betrayed. And then now moving back with family, now it's like they see me. It's funny, and I always say this to a lot, like more of my best friends and close friends, where I just find it funny where it's like I don't even want to say the respect or like that or like how my family, but it's just weird to me where it's like now that I moved back with family, it just feels like the tone and like the level that I wanted originally from my family members to kind of like get on a level where it's like, hey, like I'm not that person, like that person as in I'm not that kid that you once saw. Like I'm your son who's grown up to be like an adult to like be there and help you. It's like now that I moved back, it's like I feel like I have gotten that respect, which is just weird. Where it's like after all this time, after me doing all of that, and then now moving back in, um, it's like what the like, like that level has just been like really like I don't know. It's just been like I'm grateful. I'm really am grateful for it. Don't get me wrong, and I'm really fortunate to have like my family, both my mom and dad, to like support me and still wherever. Though it's just the level of it was like So if this level is what you're treating me now, like where was this level before when thing? Because all of this could have escalated before, but again, that like all families, I come to understand like all families are like that. Not even like not every family's perfect, right? And I understand that. And like every family has their own mistakes. Like I'm not saying again, I don't want to get into details on how it all happened because again, that's just a personal thing. But for preference, it was just something that mainly my father and I didn't agree on something. We had our differences. I decided to move out on my own accord, and it just for a few months it was like okay, wherever. Then from there we were chill, and then again, leading up to what happened with my sister and I, something I don't want to say similar, but in a somewhat similar way, it was. And then moved back in with family after my mom was like, "Hey, like you were really help because you're kind of balance of the family to like support and this and that." And it's like here I am now. You know what I'm saying? And like emphasis on the balance. I mean this. And I guess this is another reason why I'm making this video as like this little rant because I realized I kind of just felt like I kind of been this balance and this like little floater where like in each group, and I say group more going back to the friend thing, like I kind of just been that little guy to be like, yeah, like I could move around and whatever. But I think that's also the reason why, like specifically for the closer friend group that I was part of or was with, where I'm now, as I told him, like felt a little distance and where it's like I still like even for me, like I would still like to be friends. I don't have an issue with you or anything, but like that's probably as far as I could go compared to how I felt before. Because it's like now it just felt like as I'm like moving forward, it's like I just don't even know anymore. And the reason why I'm bringing this up in the first place is because like as I'm moving forward with like most of my content and like a lot of stuff, I kind of felt something similar where it's like I'm not saying like the content is going to change. I think I changed it enough to where I already specified like a little while ago that I wanted to change on my content in terms of like having it more not like an episode thing like it's back in the 2000, but more so like yeah, like I could keep it as like a episode like seasonal thing, but kind of like not be like for example like a Phoenix. Well, Phoenix Wright, as I mentioned, is probably the only one I might still keep it like an episode thing where it's like, oh, like this is what happened in the next episode. Just because that's the only series I really do. Like, although I'm sure the numbers may not go up, it's the one series I could actually like confidently feel like, yeah, like this is something I want to do. But for like my other content, like Persona, Honkai, which I do plan on getting back, even like Genshin, that I also want to get back. Like Pokemon Nuzlocke. Actually, that one might also stay as an episode. I'm still iffy with that one. By Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke, I'm specifically saying, but like, let's say more my Persona and Genshin and Honkai, those three, because those three are the other three I was still going on before I started like a new series. Actually, there was another one I was supposed to start, but I'm gonna restart it because what do you call it? That one kind of aged like milk a little bit, but I do plan on bringing it back. Um, Main topic though, like I just felt like with those three specifically that I mentioned, the Persona, Honkai, and Genshin, like episodes, it just didn't felt right for me, and it just felt like I was doing this as if this is like 2010 or even earlier era, and it's like content has changed to the point where it's like everyone's like doing more like having an episode there, but like not having it where it's like episode one or number one or this and that and whatever. And again, like I want to do it in a way where it's like I feel right I feel comfortable with it. Whether it's 30 minutes, whether it's 40 minutes, whether it's 20 minutes, whether it's an hour, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do content where it feels me and it feels right. Where it's literally called the Mega Master Moses channel. Like, yes, my whole name is kind of more based off of Pokemon, but that doesn't mean like I don't want to do stuff outside of Pokemon. I want to do stuff that, like, you know, where it's kind of out of my field. Where again, I mentioned Phoenix Wright, I mentioned this, I mentioned Persona, I mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like kind of going back to where I felt like I was going to die, and I didn't even have my answer back then. Like, my whole reason I've been doing it was because it was like part of the reason was I cared. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe because I just thought like, hey, like this person was there for me, or this person has been there for long. It's like I should do this, I should do that, whatever. And that is one preference, but at the same time, it was like I kind of just felt like I was digging myself in this deeper hole to a point where like as I got to where I really need to self reflect, I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I'm really just killing myself deep down over someone who probably doesn't have that same feeling for me. Or even if they do, it wasn't to that extent where I was doing it. So from there, and this was again since April, from there, I kind of just like distance myself. Again, not just from that group, but from like many other groups. Besides like ones where I really did consider as like my close best friend. And like even me making this video now, like I don't know, again, I say I'm going to probably upload this either today. I will probably say tomorrow just because I am working. I'm supposed to work another 12-hour shift tonight, hence why I was saying like I probably shouldn't be making this video, but here I am, ranting. But like I feel like I don't know, like there's definitely a lot of change, and I would say I am going to make another video, I guess prequel to this. This is more like what has happened to me in the past 4 months. Um, and then I do plan to make another video on more like plans of what I expect to be done in 2026, which I'll leave out. I did mention a few stuff here, but I'll go more details on the planning stuff I do have. But from what I'm going to say now, it's like the stuff I felt like that was holding me back was the fact that I was just caring a lot for others than myself. And again, it took me my own self to almost kind of kill my own self, me currently, to wake up and be like, yo, like you need to really start taking care of yourself. Like yes, even my other self was telling me like, yes, I understand you care for these other people. They helped you, they supported you, they done this for you. But look at the end of the day, what it ended up doing to you, to me, and it like that alone, coming from like again myself, but telling it to me is like it felt like as if I was the villain of myself, and the other me was trying to wake up me from stop being that villain or become sooner a villain that I would soon end up hating myself more, if that makes sense. And it's just like for that to happen, I really was like, man, like this, like I said, it was a big wake up call for me, and it was like something I was like, wow, like I need to do something. So again, like kind of going back to what has happened to me in the 4 months. Besides, again, the fact that I really have been busy with school because I'm a lot. I've been through a hell week for the past 3 weeks, especially during school. Um, I kind of just like, I guess, try to take a break. Not even just content, but just in general. Just to kind of like reflect myself. And yes, I know I've been streaming here and there, but I mean, even when I had time, when I kind of actually did have time at like beginning of September and October, even before when school started, even during my reading week, like I just wanted to kind of have time for myself to kind of reflect better and just have an open mind on what I want to do, on what I kind of wanted to change moving forward. And then I just also wanted to like try to see, I guess, or not try to see, I guess try to build a more better and healthier friendship with other people who I still did had back then, but not as much as I did before because of other friend group, if that makes sense, after me distance from them. And although it has, and I told this to one of my friends at least, like although it has felt somewhat similar, I guess because of the fact that that friend group was so close to me where it really felt like we were like locked in. It just that spark and feeling just can't feel the same, you know? It's like when you I guess I can't really say much because believe it or not, I've been single my entire life. Ooh, shocker. But for the past 21 years. But like I don't know. It's like shout out to one of the content creator I do watch Tech though. Your friends from elementary school are gone. Um, you have friends from middle school, they end up leaving. Your friends from high school ends up going. Your college friends ends up going, and it's like almost the same thing. And again, I haven't reached to that point yet, but I feel like I'm going to get to that point where it's like when I get to a streaming sphere phase, like you're streaming for your friends, some of them will end up going. Maybe you will have a few of them that stay and close, but it's like it's just like when he says I'm again I'm saying the words very vague, but it was something to that extent where it was basically trying to say like all your friends essentially as you move forward in life just slowly end up leaving or forgetting you exist. And it's like I feel like that's just the case. And I say this a lot because even like times where I'll have friends that I still have birthdays um like on my saved on my phone from like way while and I'd be like I'll still have them follow or whatever. And although most people may not and probably not also cut them off or never say anything, I guess even for myself, I'm just not that type of person to do that. And it's weird because I should be that type of person to like, especially where, as I'm saying, where my, or back then, especially where my mental was like physical too, was like really, or I shouldn't say physical, it was maybe my mental health was like really bad, dealing with everything. Like, I should just leave it alone and just be like, especially if these, like in the mindset of like, oh, these people don't care or even wish me happy birthday. Like, why bother should I? But it's like that's just not something I am, you know. And it's like again, it's just weird, even for myself, where it's like, although I don't feel it, it's like I don't know, like I guess it's just certain things that I should definitely cut off, but I guess I just don't because of the fact that maybe I say this baby, but probably is the better word. I just don't want to have that instant where it's like I'm just that person to cut off. Cause I really am that one person to try to balance a lot of stuff, which shouldn't be the case, and that's just more work on me. And again, says a lot about my mental of how I felt that way. But yeah, like again, I guess moving forward, and I may talk about this in like a next video after what I do it. But moving forward, I don't want to say I'm going to be cutting off a lot of people. Probably will, but like I honestly do think like definitely. I don't even want to say starting fresh because at this point, every time whenever people like New Year, new me, starting fresh, this and that. Let's all be real. We all procrastinate. We all like hey. very few. I don't get me wrong. Very few actually do end up doing it, but for more over here, me, it's like it's very rare for something like that to happen. You know, especially with my luck, as my close friends like to say. Especially with my luck, man, man, sucks to be me. But yeah, like I guess a few stuff I do plan on doing moving forward to next year, or especially right now, is definitely to just I want to definitely try to continue focusing on myself is one of the big things. I felt like, especially halfway through this year, and that's why this year hasn't been as bad compared to the last 2 years. Because after finding out that moment, I don't want to say my life has been going smoothly. It has gotten better, definitely better compared to 2 years. I can confidently say that much. But it still has been like a roller coaster for this year, at least for me. But 100% I could confidently say it has been so much better compared to the last 2 years. Still, again, I have my rough moments here and there, but better than the last 2 years because, man, those last 2 years, I still would say has been the worst. As I mentioned, from what has happened, at least family wise, that is basically, and a lot more, has been kind of my whole 2 year process. So, yeah. But regardless, hey, I'm still alive. I'm grateful for it. Praise Father God, Lord Jesus, from the Most High up there. Very grateful. Yeah, I'm going to talk. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to say too much. Because again, that would kind of give away what I want to say in the next video. But yeah, like next video is probably going to title something like my goals for moving forward 20 or something about my goals for 2026 and moving forward or something like that. I don't even know what I'm going to name this title. Probably going to be something like spend 4 months and I'm sorry, which I actually am. I really am sorry to you all, really. As this might be some excuse again for myself, because also if you've been following my IG, you will know like I basically been saying like, yeah, I'm going to be making sure this video comes out, this and that. No video has not come out again. My last video, which actually has been doing really good numbers. Sorry, that was my power bank that just dropped. Has been this. This has literally been carrying it. Which, by the way, I really do appreciate that. As I'm recording this, I have 1K views. That it was the first time I ever hit 1K views, like the 4-digit mark on what do you call it, on any of my YouTube videos. So I really am grateful on YouTube, on the platform YouTube specifically. I'm really am grateful for that. I do want to emphasize and say that. So I really do appreciate it. So thank you all. And I hope I continue bringing more numbers and more stuff to you all moving forward with it. Again, that's going to be on a separate video. But this video, again, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little insight on what I've kind of been going through, what kind of has happened in terms of it, how I actually kind of been through for the past 4 months. Again, like I will go more in details on what I want to move forward, but as of right now, again, if you haven't catch me on my live stream, you're more than welcome to. I do plan on probably playing again, like the DLC, more so on the DLC. I just started actually playing the DLC because I got through the post game of like Legend CA, and I finally finished. I finished the post game for Legend CA, as well as like also finishing up the game. I just now have DLC stuff to just mainly do, add a few side quests. Unlike some PokeTubers who for some reason decide not to do the side quests, which to be fair, in their credit, like I understand they want to get the content. Hey, game is game, bro. I understand. I'm a content creator myself, so I understand. Gotta get those videos before thick. But like, I just do find it funny where almost every PokeTuber I've seen has not done a single. And I've been trying to, even now I've been trying to go spoiler free. I had spoiled myself for the megas, so that's why I know most of them. But I haven't seen the megas for the DLC. Besides, like, I only seen 2 that I got spoiled, unfortunately. Which I don't want to say here, because I don't want to spoil my a few of my friends that actually do play the game um to get spoiled. But there has been two, I would say both from Sinnoh specifically, that I saw that wasn't shown in the trailer, mind you, that I saw that got megas. Actually three, sorry. Three actually from Sinnoh. I don't want to say anything else, but three that I got spoiled. That got a new mega. And I also saw the design of 4G, which I won't lie, looks pretty cool. So that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, like I'm excited to play again. Again, I'll probably stream sometime on Monday. Um I don't know when exactly because again, I will be working tonight, so by the time I finish tonight, I'll be finished work at like 6, 7 in the morning on Monday, Easter time. And then I have an appointment later around like 10. So I say sometime in the afternoon, maybe like if it's not between 3 p.m. Easter time, expected to be probably late, like I don't know, like 9, 10 ish. But I'll probably be working on this video or getting this out while I get it done. But yeah, like I will confidently say like this will probably be the week and moving forward where I could get more content out now that school's kind of a little bit out of the equation. It's now mainly like work, I guess, and then very little family stuff. I say very little, but let's be honest, it's probably going to be a few family stuff here or there. In terms of like, you know, getting ready for the Christmas holiday, spending time with them or wherever, this and that. And yeah, but yeah, besides that, that's kind of been the little rundown of what kind of has happened in the 4 months. Just really big grinding in school, just trying to also focus on myself and, you know, like, again, just, I guess, being there for more so friends who I want to consider that I want to feel closer with, but at the same time, um, like still not hitting the same way, like I mentioned, as I felt with other friends. Although, again, at the end of the day, I have no issues or no problems with any of the people or friends that I've associated with. Just the fact that I just felt distance from a few of them. A few of them, even though I haven't talked in a while, I felt more closer or want to get to, you know, have that connection again because it has been a minute for a few of them. If you know, you know. But yeah, it's like I just kind of been in this weird little gap where it's like I want to definitely improve on myself. And again, still want to be supportive for both close friends and family. But I do feel like in order for me to like get better and like to make sure I don't go through that moment again, that moment where I mentioned like I had that whole talk, I definitely do need to start focusing on myself more. And as selfish as it may sound, even to myself, like I feel like that's just the answer currently for me at least to like try to be the person I want to be rather than having it be where I'm doing it for someone else to where I may end up regretting it despite me putting all my efforts within someone who ends up. And again, I don't want to say, I want to emphasize they never did anything bad to me or anything, but like I'm just saying this in a way where it's like I just don't want anything bad where it's like I feel regret her and all, like, you know what I mean, like, or I feel some sort of way where it's like, man, like I did all of this for what, like for nothing basically, you know what I'm saying, especially in this economy where like a lot of stuff, like, again, if you don't know, I live in Canada, I live in the big city Toronto, so like you damn know hey, things are expensive, dog. Like, bro, like, ka-ching, ka-ching. It's like, God, it's, don't even get me started. It's like, it's just crazy. Like, and I'm not just trying to say just at Toronto, like, just in general, man. Like, is, like, the world is just, we are in a world where we are cooked. But yeah, I don't want to like rant on anymore. I'm also just going to put this unedited. I might put in music. I don't know. Um, I just wanted to, again, I just really just wanted to get this video out there and like no unedited, no uncut, just get it out there and just let you know like how I've been doing and how, I kind of want to move forward a little bit moving forward. But yeah, expect another video like this. Probably close to like the end of December. If anything. And yeah, that's basically it. So if you haven't already, subscribe, rate, like, comment down below. Really appreciate it. Helps the algorithm. We're at like 641 subscribers. If I'm being honest, I don't think we're going to get to 1K. If we somehow make it to 1K at the end of December, that would be insane. Like, I honestly doubt it, but hey, at least that's the start of a new year, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, I don't want to make this too long. I mean, already like 46 minutes, so yeah, I'm going to call it, get some rest for work later today. 12 hours. Yippee! And yeah, catch me live streaming. Probably going to play some Pokemon. And I promise I'm not just going to play Pokemon. I'm planning to play some other games too. Like I just got Sonic Crossroad Racing. Cause I'm also a big Sonic fan. Planning to do that. Planning to do back my Yu-Gi-Oh series. That's the one I was referring to, where I kind of thing. And yeah. Oh, and I guess one other thing too I should side mention. Still don't have the videos for the 3 games I mentioned: Persona, Honkai, Genshin, and even my Pokemon Nuzlocke. So I don't want to say I'm starting scratch. I still have some videos from it, but there are other videos that I think got cut. So whatever is there, I'll probably mention it when I make the video. But whatever is there is there. But yeah. And plus, honestly, they've been all kind of been overdone since like what, almost a year and a half now. So yeah, yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, anyways, this is me signing off because I actually do need to get some rest. But thanks for this. If you've been here long enough, I really do appreciate you hearing me talk or yap for the 48 minutes now. And yeah, but I will end this call or video. God, I'm such a boomer. Take care, you all.